Hi, so from temple dancing to the public health business. I'm Vidhi Sadana and I'm Krishnamacharya trained yoga therapist registered with Complementary and Natural Healthcare Council, working in collaboration with Dr. Kalaso at the Central Middlesex Hospital. So because I have to cut down my slides, I just wanted to let you know that public health has been looking after our health, and there have been lots of acts that have been coming through. In Britain, public health is not just about vaccinations and managing Ebola crisis, it's about improving and protecting human health by promoting healthy behaviors. My goal here today is to spark a conversation in the healthcare world to see how yoga can be an integral part towards this current movement towards wellness, and how Yoga YT can be an integral part of that. And there are key trends in the healthcare world that are pointing towards this integration. I have all of them, but I'm not going to go through them because there's not time. We have burden of long-term conditions, and there is a lot of long-term condition, as we know. Chronic disease is now the most common cause of death. 50 million people suffer with long-term conditions. 50% of all GP consultations are long-term conditions. 12 to 18% of NHS budget for long-term condition is linked to mental health and well-being. And 30% of all GP consultations are linked to medically unexplained symptoms which have no organic cause. So it is a real problem. To tackle this problem, the NHS came up with NHS 5-year forward view that says promote well-being, prevent ill health, triple integration so that we can combine community, patients and their clinicians together, and empowering personalised and coordinated care is at the heart of this forward view. The House of Care model came up with the house that is a whole systems approach. The two sides of the walls are the informed, engaged patients, and on the other side are the clinicians working in partnership with the patients. The roof is the organizational process, and the base, a responsive commissioning. Yoga YT offers this responsive and a proactive house rather than a reactive one. Health, according to Yoga YT, is a product of psychological, biological, and social processes. And Yoga YT follows this biopsychosocial approach. I won't go through these slides because these are facts that say that yoga uses prevention and promotion as a combined approach. And patient empowerment, this is the key message, is the heart of yoga therapy. But fitness yoga is taking a huge following. It has a huge following. And I want to draw clear lines in the sand between fitness yoga and yoga therapy for public health. A recent study conducted showed in New York with 350 people showed 21% of existing injuries were made worse through yoga, especially in the upper limbs. Incidence of pain is more than 10% per year. And pain, musculoskeletal pain was found in more than 1 in 10 participants, again in the upper limbs. So yes, yoga is brilliant, but we have to be mindful of how we're delivering it. We have to make a distinction between yoga teachers and yoga therapists. So what is the difference between a yoga teacher and a yoga therapist? Yoga therapists are able to adapt the tools of yoga as appropriate for the individual to give complementary support. They are able to observe mental, emotional, energetic state of the patient through the interviewing skills that we learn in our yoga therapy training course. They're able to create a safe space for the student to be able to reflect on the lifestyle and dietary habits that they have and empower them to make informed decisions. They're able to use the ancient Indian anatomical models that view human body as in a holistic and a multidimensional manner so that psychosomatic conditions and needs can be addressed. And most importantly, they're able to create an empathetic, therapeutic relationship through their listening skills, providing a safe, and comfortable space for the students to be able to talk about their challenges and stresses of their life. Complementary Natural and Healthcare Council is the governing body for yoga therapy in this country. It's a UK voluntary regulator for complementary health practitioners. It holds an approved register, approved by the Professional Standards Authority. So if we are referring patients with long-term condition and with injuries, please look for CNHC mark. I'm on the board of the CNHC, and we do not want to see yoga training or practice enter the realms of litigation or malpractice. So to help this, we have developed a shared care program, and the aim of this program is to offer a delivery system that meets the medical, physical, psychological and social needs for persons with long-term condition, and importantly, transform the relationship between a patient and a clinician. Its purpose, patient is at the heart, is to develop a collaborative relationship between patients and clinicians, to manage a registry for persons with long-term conditions so we can gather outcomes and present them to funding bodies, to deliver shared care planning skills, and again, importantly, to give tools for self-empowerment and confidence to the patient so they can manage their condition effectively in their context. This is a house that my daughter's made with a wooden block, and patients are in the heart of that house. The process of shared care is the patient self-refers, GP refers, or a consultant refers to yoga therapy sessions, which have both physical and mental components, offering them empowering practices. And after 10 sessions, they are referred to group yoga therapy sessions after they know what is good for them and what is not, and how they can manage their condition. So it encompasses the triple integration in the house of care model approach. The progress to date for shared care is patient at the heart. We held a successful event which was approved by the Royal College of Physicians. We have got the first in the UK shared care study for persons with rheumatoid arthritis, and it's on its way in Central Middlesex Hospital. We are scheduled to start in September for third year medical students at Imperial Medical School of Medicine, a shared care program and teaching medical students, and last year our team is growing. I've got some feedback here for you to look at if you want to know later. So summary, we have a huge burden of long-term. Yoga can be used for this burden that we have, and shared care is a solution. Just to end, I'd like you all to stand up very quickly. If you can just all do namaste to each other. Shared care encompasses the intention of namaste. Namaha te. I bow to the divine in you without any ego. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming.